What's up, everybody? I am here today to read you my letter that I have written to my work. I intend to give it to them about a month after I start testosterone. I do not have my appointment scheduled yet with the endocrinologist because the letter is not in my hand yet, but it will be on August 17th. I'm waiting to find out my work schedule to figure out when I can go to the doctor, and as soon as I figure that out, I'm going to make the appointment, and I will get on testosterone as soon as possible. So let me just get right into reading the letter. It's a little bit lengthy, but I hope you guys will stay with me through it, because it's a pretty big deal, and I feel like this explains a lot of my history. So, here goes. Letter to all. This might be the hardest thing I've ever tried to explain to anyone, but it's so simple to me you'll eventually see what I mean. It's so obvious it should be easy. I was born into a female body, but internally in my mind I feel male. There are many different reasons one can become transgendered. The definition of the word transgender, or trans for short, is one who transcends traditional gender assignments and the social constructs that go along with it. I've known I was transgendered, or more appropriately, a boy stuck in a girl's body since I was approximately 7 years old. Of course, back then I never had the words for anything other than me, myself, and I. So, while growing up, my first puberty sent my body into a whirlwind of confusion. The blood that came out of me, shocking, even though I knew it was coming. I never believed I would get it because I knew I was a boy, and in my mind, only girls got periods. This horror was never negated throughout the years, and my body kept forming into that of a typical female, except a few things are missing or went wrong. That is to be expected since in the womb, my hormones never registered properly to create me a functional male anatomy. Therefore, in society, I was raised as a girl. All I can tell you is that this felt stupendously wrong for my entire existence. Being forced to put on a bra at Victoria's Secret made me cry. I was so humiliated, and that's the same way I feel when I'm forced to wear a skirt, or God forbid, a dress to any social event. I've always worn boys' clothes, but never questioned anything deeper than that, until I heard of gender identity disorder, and I realized that how I presented myself was my decision to make. I've played with 90 different kinds of style, trying to find my true self, until I realized the only truth about me is I'm a boy. So I think how silly I felt parading around with people constantly calling me she and girl. I know some of you may still be thinking of me in female terms, but that has got to stop. I've been in gender therapy for the standard 3 months, I've gotten my diagnosis, and now have started testosterone cypionate, a hormone replacement therapy for female-to-male transgender patients intending to transition. The transition is the biggest step I've ever taken to claim my identity, and while it is scary and unknown, I feel like I have to make this leap. The best way you can help me is to switch over your manner of speaking to me or about me. I prefer male pronouns, he, him, his, when referring to myself, and my chosen name is Jacob. I picked it myself because Jacob and James, which is my grandfather's name, come from the same root word, as well as keeping our initials the same. I'm obsessive about my heritage, and everyone in my family is. Speaking of them, everyone in my family knows I'm transitioning, and so do all of my friends. I've spent the last 5 months coming out as trans to my social circle and my inner circle or nuclear family. Surprisingly enough, everyone is supportive, albeit slightly questionable about my desires, but never the motive, which I take as a sign of respect. I need to be the person who is given responsibility so I can earn my honor, and to me, right now, living with integrity is all I know how to do. I'll be legally changing my name as soon as possible. I'm going to need assistance with badging and security because I don't know how the name change process works at the airport. I don't like the idea of outing myself to everyone once I am fully passing or presenting full-time as male. And the hormones will do their job, so it'll be a compromise to my safety if I'm thought of as female in any way. I want to live stealth, which in the transgender community means as normally and convincingly as possible, that gender which they feel inside. Just think of it as the first time you're meeting me, Jacob, the new guy. I'll even reintroduce myself if you'd like me to. I find that it helps people kill the old perception or persona they had built up for me. So I guess the weirdest part to the people on the outside looking in is how I've come to realize I'm transgender, or what makes me want to be a boy. My response is as plain as they come. I don't just want to be a boy, I am male inside my brain. I intend to align my body with my mind, and my voice is going to start cracking and dropping soon, one of the effects of testosterone therapy. I've read all about the effects, and it's quite amazing the way my body is going to change. I'm finally going to grow up from this prepubescent boy phase and turn into the man I see myself becoming in the future. This is so I can feel more comfortable internally within my body, and also so that other people can relate to me in a more accurate way. My sexual orientation is perceived as lesbian in the workplace. I'm not dumb, and I can tell. Some people even have gone so far as to outright ask me whether or not I am a homosexual. The truth is, since I identify as male internally, I like women, and therefore I am not gay at all. I suppose even if I were, though, I shouldn't have to defend it. If you have questions about transsexual surgery, you can look them up online. The female-to-male chest contouring surgery is a type of breast removal called double mastectomy, usually with nipple grafts, which is also known in our community as top surgery. It is quite painful and takes a long time to recover from. Luckily for all of us, I don't see myself wanting this operation anytime soon. There's a garment called a binder that FTMs wear to make their chest flat, as well as prosthetic devices that are used for packing. They look very often like the real thing and can be used for the same purpose, to urinate out of. This makes it possible for me to use a male restroom. The somewhat controversial thing here is that when you do your living full-time for 1 year as a male part of therapy, if you do not pass safely as a guy, it can be quite dangerous to use the men's room. Also, when you look too much like a young man to successfully blend in the female restroom, things start to get ugly. Unisex bathrooms with only one stall are a godsend, but since those don't exist at the airport, I'm going to need all of you as a team to tell me once I'm no longer being perceived as female by the clientele, as well as other airport traffickers. The other types of lower surgery I won't go into other than names. There's metoidioplasty and phalloplasty, and these are the two current options, which are very expensive and do not show fully functioning results as of yet. All of this cumulatively is meant to speak to all of you and say, I am taking measures to more closely align my body with my brain. I may have already said that, but this is something to end with. I was never a woman. I do not have the urge to be a mother, to carry children, to marry a man. No womanly desire can be found in my bones. One day I will be a man and take a wife, and she will have the children that I will call my own. I'm going to be changing because I'll be working on shaping or molding my physical body into something I've always wished I could see it as. My chromosomes might be confused, but in my heart I know what I want and what I'm supposed to be. And that is the end, so I am signing it. Sincerely, Jacob Eden Dodd. So basically, that's my video, and I am going to stop recording now because it's getting very long, but yeah, as you can see, I think of everyone at my work as my teammate. It's almost like a sport. We have a rotation sheet. I mean, people come in, people go out. We're always really busy, so we don't really have a whole lot of time for side conversation, and I intend to have everybody read the letter one at a time that I think would be best. So I will let you know how it goes whenever I give it to them. I'll update you whenever I make my T appointment with the endo. And I'm going to put on my blog spot a blog about my next gender therapy appointment, which is coming up on Wednesday. So, one more piece of news. I made it onto the Mega Mighty Men collaboration channel here on YouTube. So if you will subscribe to that, you will see me on Wednesdays every week. I'm super excited, so go ahead and subscribe to my personal channel, comment down there, and do whatever you're going to do. I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching.